So today I'm going to be showing you how I groom my eyebrows, or how I like to keep them groomed. For me personally, I find that if I don't groom my eyebrows on a regular basis, they can grow pretty long, and right here I'll start to fill in my eyebrows going downwards more. And for me, I don't like that look just because I want this side of my face to be more lifted than going downwards, especially since I don't have an arch. As much as I'd really like to have really thick and nice eyebrows, I find that to keep my eyebrows looking nice when they are filled in, I have to pretty much pluck them and trim them regularly. So I'm gonna start by plucking out the hairs that are on top. And then I'm just gonna pluck out whatever is growing on the bottom right over here. I find that it's pretty important to actually kind of like dust off my working space as I'm doing this, or else I'll try to pluck out a hair that I've already plucked out. The end of my brows are probably the most important step in grooming my eyebrows, so I just like to be careful about which hairs that I do pluck out, since I don't have that many in the end. I kind of only have in like this middle part, and then not that much in the front and the back, but I do struggle a lot, so I have to be pretty careful about picking which hairs that I do and don't want to pluck out, or which hairs that I am gonna trim or not. I just like to keep a kind of imaginary line in my head of this kind of line that I want my brows to follow. I'm just gonna pluck out anything that kind of falls under that line. It's easier for me to do it this way, but if it's your first time kind of plucking your eyebrows, or if you're trying to go for a different eyebrow shape, then you might want to draw your eyebrows in first and then kind of pluck around it after you've kind of mapped out a nice shape that you like. So now I'm going to trim my eyebrow hairs. I'm not sure if you can see, but right here, these little end 2 hairs or 3 hairs or so, they're a little bit too long for my liking, so I'm gonna just trim them really quick. I have like these tiny eyebrow scissors, but if you don't have them on you, you can just use like regular scissors. And then as I'm kind of grooming it and brushing it with the eyebrow comb thingy right here, I'm seeing that I want to trim these hairs right here in the middle. Just a little bit. Sometimes I'll also find that I'll keep trimming my brows, but then it'll still not be the way that I like them. So then I just end up plucking the hairs out because they'll be so short, and it actually means that I don't need those hairs because I'm trying to trim them so short. And then last, I just like to make sure that the hairs in the front aren't going too downwards or growing too much right here. I need like more hairs right here, but it always grows like underneath. It's very frustrating. They don't grow in the places that I need them to grow. So I think I'm finished with this eyebrow. Now I'm going to go on to this eyebrow. So I think it's a little bit more obvious that this one is trying to grow downwards. I really have to keep them trimmed or pluck out this part, just because my eye shape, this part kind of goes downwards as well, and also I don't have an arch in my brows, so it's really important for me to just keep them going straight out or a little bit upwards, so it kind of lifts this, at least kind of gives the illusion that it's a little bit more lifted. Ooh! Do you see how much better that looks already? I'm just gonna clean up this part. So I think I'm pretty much done with my brows. They do look pretty uneven. My brows are pretty uneven. They kind of just grow in completely different shapes. I don't know why, but this brow is definitely my better eyebrow than this one. A lot of people ask me on how I managed to transition into straight brows. I pretty much actually just shaved off my arch. The way my eyebrows grew naturally was pretty much like just a very weird triangle where it was just very thick at the end. So I just shaved off the top part right here, about like this much probably. That's why I still have to pluck off my arch. So yeah, that's basically what I did, but I think that is pretty drastic. So what I like to tell a lot of people is draw a brow shape that you like with your natural hairs. Use a little bit of concealer to try to mask the hairs or make it look like they're not as obvious, and then see how you like yourself with that eyebrow shape, and then maybe pluck it after. It's definitely not a decision you should make very suddenly like I did, but it did work out for me in the end. But it is a very big decision on what kind of shape you want to do for your eyebrows. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know how you like this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!